Oh, thank you. Oh, okay.
I don't know why it's not. Let me do this. Okay. Yeah, can you see this?
Yes.
So this is a nist website. When you click on that link, it takes you here. So this is where we download all the nist documentation. They're all here, but it's not everything we're going to make use of though. So for this training, we're going to be. So it's not everything. Don't be scared. Because it looks like, hey, a whole lot, right? You know, I mean, it's just a few of them. So this is the website, and then whenever, like, for example, in this class, we make use of some 837, 853, 53A, 53F4. Yeah, like this 53F4. I'm making use of this 53F4 here, 53F4 here. This one, we'll be making use of 6860. This one, 61 and 1, 61 and 2. Yeah, so at 37. So those are the few things we're going to be making use of. 7. Then while we're creating some like the SSP is 818. So those are the few things, but during the class, right, the explanations that are there and things I'll be trying to do. That's when we're actually.
Excuse me, please. Can you chat us? Can you list out the ones that you feel we should?
No, don't worry. I'm going to give you. I mean, you're going to get an assignment today, and then things, yeah, the assignment and the list all documentation. So you go download them and just summarize it, and just summarize like 1 or 2 sentences for each of them. What's each one?
Okay.
So you don't worry. So yeah, so this is it. So that's that. Let's go to the let's continue the class. All right, so that's that. So now let's go to the next page. So this whole class is all about these 6 steps. Categorize. Step 1 is categorize. Step 2 is select. Step 3 is implement. Step 4 is assess. Step 5 is authorize. Step 6 is monitor. So we'll be treating most of these things, explain them, and for each, almost every one of them, you have templates to be working on. So we're doing all that. So for step 1 is categorize. When they say categorize, that is, they want to know what the impact is going to be to the organization. Should you lose confidentiality? Should there be a breach in the system? That is, either if you lose confidentiality, most likely my wife must have talked about confidentiality. If you lose confidentiality on the system, what's the impact? If you lose integrity, what's going to be the impact? If you lose availability, what's going to be the impact? When we're talking about impact, it also means consequence. The consequence is going to be a high one, a moderate one, or a low one. So that's what categorization is all about. You get it? So at the end of the day, when you now look at for the confidentiality, let's say it's low, maybe availability, maybe integrity is like high, and confidential, and then integrity is low. Low. So now that's the CIA for one particular system, right? So the highest value is what you're going to give to is what out of all of them, the one is low, low, high, low, right? So for that system, the categorization is going to be what? The highest value, which is high. Yeah, that's how it is. But by God's grace, next week when we start doing that, you're gonna see that. It's going to be you're gonna understand it, and it's very interesting. So we are just going to be like, okay, for this system, if you lose confidentiality, okay, let's just treat some like one or two things like that. Now, when we're talking about consequence or impact to the organization, right? We have what we call high, moderate, and low. When you say low, then that means that it has no adverse effect, it has just little effect on the organization. When you say moderate, it has some effect on the organization, but it's not really serious. But when you say high, right, it has adverse effect on the organization, reacting that can even cause loss of life or life-threatening injuries. But when it's moderate, of course, it has some effect on the organization, right? But it can cause injuries for minor, not life-threatening injuries, and it doesn't cause, death to any person. So now, for example, let's just look at this. If, let's say, you go to a hospital, right? Of course, you go to the emergency, and then over there, when you get there, you expect that when you get there, you should be treated immediately. Because most of people that go to emergency, they have life-threatening situation, right? So let's say the system that is actually meant to treat somebody, the systems that are there, right? They're meant to come up as fast as possible, right? Because someone might come in and maybe has 5 minutes to leave, and you have to treat the person, and help the person. But now that's the system is meant to come on within 20 seconds. Now turn it on, right? And it's like it's not coming on until it didn't come on until 6 minutes. And the person that you brought there, right, has 5 minutes to leave. What's going to happen to the person? The person is going to die, right? So if you lose confidentiality, for example, that one right now actually lost availability. When we're talking about availability, right, we are not talking about the fact that, okay, you're turning on right now and it's not coming on. It might be that. It can happen like that. But availability also goes to this extent that if this system is meant to come on in 20 seconds, right? And you turn it on and it doesn't come up in those 20 seconds. Maybe it's even a second after, right? That means it wasn't available when you needed it. That means it did lose its availability. So regarding that, right? Regarding that scenario that I gave you right now. So if the system, now that system did lose its availability, right? So that means, what's the impact? Is it low, moderate, or high? Based on what I said. I said high.
It's high.
Why?
Because at that particular time, the person lost his life.
And even the person is right? People that are home, are you with us? Are you getting it?
Please, can you make your voice louder?
Yeah, he's breaking up.
Okay, so just if you can't hear me, speak up. Okay, come back. Can you come back? Can you reiterate what you said? Okay.
Yeah, the mic is kind of breaking up a little bit.
I think it's far from the mic.
Yeah, so it's hard for us to hear.
All right. I know. But can you hear me now? Is it better?
Yeah, it's better.
All right. So I'm gonna go through what I just said a few minutes ago. So I want you to follow. And then the first thing that there's a whole lot of noise over there. I don't know if you can mute. I don't know if you can mute it because there's a lot of background noise over there.
Okay.
All right. So now let me come again. I said categorization, right? This step one, which is categorization. Let me see. Let me show you. There's this step one here as this categorization, right? I said here we get to know what category the system falls into. Is it high, low, or moderate, right? Based on the consequence of any breach that happens to the system. That is, I'm saying, and when you want to do that, you have to consider the CI and A on that system. That is, if we lose confidentiality on this system, what is going to be the impact or consequence? At times, the impact, they call it consequence, right? What's going to be the impact on the organization? If we lose integrity on this system, what is going to be the impact on the organization? If we lose availability, what's going to be the impact? So, then let me go through the confidentiality again. confidentiality is all about the data that you are not meant to see. If you can see it, that is, you might be working in an organization. Maybe you are working on maybe you're working under a manager, or let's say you are in marketing, another person in IT. Whatever that you are in marketing, whatever you are meant to see, the person in IT shouldn't be able to see it. The moment the person in IT can see what you're doing, then that means you have lost confidentiality. And you that you're in marketing, if you can see what the person in IT can see, then that means they have lost confidentiality. The moment you can see what your manager only should see, right? That means your manager has lost confidentiality. That is what confidentiality is all about. Things you're not meant to see, things you're not authorized to see, but you can now see. It could be that, it could either be that maybe someone came, granted you some access that you're not meant to have, or maybe you got to know the person's username and password, and you were able to log into the system somehow. Maybe it's in that environment, or through maybe externally, but you were able to still log in to get to see the data the person should be able, you're not meant to see. And that means that they have lost confidentiality. Now, integrity is about the things you might be able to see it, but you're not authorized to modify it. That is integrity. So the moment you now have the ability to modify it, you have the privilege to modify it, and that means that they have lost integrity. So that means that you're not meant to have it, but now you can have it. It could either be that you did get into the system somehow and granted yourself the access, and then you can modify it, or you got someone's username and password, the person that should be able to modify it. Now you got the person's info, username and password, and you logged in and you were able to modify it. That means that the person, they have lost integrity. That is, the person that should not have privilege to modify data now can modify it. The moment that is done, and that data has been modified, that means that they have lost what? Integrity. Now, availability is about, okay, I need the system to be running at so time, but the moment the system is not available to run at that time. So it has to do with time. The system should be running at so time. The moment the system is not running at that time, and that means that the system has lost what? Its availability. It's that simple. You understand? So now I just want to give example of the categorization before we go to select. Because today I'll just touch each one bit by bit. Just try to let you know what you should expect when we start treating each of them. Now I'm going to give you an example for categorization, and I'll go back to what the example I gave. I said when you go to in an emergency ward in a hospital, right? When you go there, right, it is meant for people that are facing, life-threatening injury or something, or maybe they are very sick and it's life-threatening, and they ask you to go to what? Emergency. Whenever you are going through something and it's not emergency, they always advise you to go to which one? What's that one called? Urgent care, because it's not emergency. So when you go to emergency, they believe that it should be life-threatening. Are you getting it? Now, of course, if it's life-threatening, they expect that every machine or every instrument or whatever medical device that is there should be what? Working perfectly, right?
Perfectly.
Because we're talking about life right now, right? So now, if let's say, for example, a particular computer or maybe a defibrillator or whatever is you're meant to turn it on, and boom, under 20 seconds, the thing should have booted up and be running perfect under 20 seconds, right? Now, you now brought in someone who has 5 minutes to live, 5 minutes left to live. You brought the person in. Now, the defibrillator, we all know that it's 20 seconds. Now, you turn it on. 20 seconds, the thing is not on. It's still trying to boot. It's not 100% off. Now, it now comes up like a second after 5 minutes, right? What happens to the person? Person dies, right?
Yes.
So, are you saying the system was available?
No.
That because the system wasn't available where you needed it, right? To save that life. The system was expected to come up in 20 seconds. Then remaining 4 minutes and maybe 4 minutes and 40 seconds, you need to just try to help the person to be alive, maybe to sustain the person and all that. But It didn't come up, so the person died. So that means at that time, that system was not available. You get it?
Yeah.
So what is the impact? Now, the impact is this. We're saying your impact can be low, it can be moderate, it can be high. Now, when we say it's low, that is, it has some effect on the organization, but it's just little effect. When we say moderate, it has some effect, right? It's not an adverse effect, but it's an effect on the organization. It can cause minor injuries to people, but it's not, but it doesn't cause loss of life. That is moderate. But if it is high, and that means that it causes an adverse effect to the organization, then it can cause minor, it can cause death death, and then it can cause serious life-threatening injuries to people. So based on that one right now, what is the impact on the organization?
It's high.
Yeah, high, right?
Yes.
Henry, are you here? Christine, are you here?
I'm here.
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, so do you understand my explanation?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so please, if you don't understand, just raise your hand, just say, please, can you go back up? Please explain further. So that is high. Now let's go to integrity. So I'm going to give you a scenario regarding integrity now. Integrity is our good. Now that's, of course, when you get to the emergency, right? Still talking about that particular system. Probably that system, right? Whenever you come to the hospital, the doctor sees your data, and then, it tests you, it sees, oh, okay, this is what the person is suffering from, inserting into the system. And it's so that next time you come to the hospital, right, all you just need to do is pull up your identity, your information, maybe you're through your ID or your social security, and then whatever cases you have pops up, and then he can treat you regarding that. Now, what happens if something like a disgruntled employee, like a nurse, right, is not happy about the way they're treating her and the organization, and what happens? She was able to get maybe the username and password of a doctor, goes in there, modifies data about some employee, about some patients or something like that. Maybe the person has a high blood, treating the person with high blood pressure. Yeah, maybe they're treating the person with high blood pressure. The person maybe changes from high blood pressure to like something like cancer. Medication changes the medication, and now the person comes to the hospital, and that's what goes there and pulls the person's information, and what the doctor can see is cancer. And starts what? Treating chemo for the person rather than treating the person with high blood pressure, right? What's going to happen? What's going to be the impact? What's going to happen to the patient? The person can die, right?
Can die, yeah.
So what's going to be the impact to the organization?
High.
That's it. So for confidentiality is high, integrity is high. How about, okay, no, let's talk about confidentiality. We've talked about integrity. Integrity is high, availability is high, right? Now let's talk about confidentiality. What happens? You go to the hospital, you always go to the hospital, and now they have all your information. And now someone hacks their system, like WikiLeaks, and goes to paste all their patient information on the internet. What's going to be the impact on the organization? What's going to happen to the staff and all that? To the patients and staff, and what's going to be the impact to them? Somebody's going to die, right?
Yes. Moderate.
Why do you say moderate?
Because they can use that information to the information that's been disclosed.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how to put it. It can affect the patient later.
How?
Because outsiders already have access to the information.
Your information, and then maybe what's it called? Maybe the person can start being depressed, right? Right?
Or it can scare other people from coming in because we are afraid.
Exactly.
Yeah, of course. America is going to be like, I'm not going to start hospital before all my information will be out, right? That's one. What else? What else is going to happen to the organization? New patients, you come soon.
The organization will lack integrity.
Yeah, of course. You're not going to trust them again. That's one. and then in America you start suing them, and they start. And what happens to them? They lose money.
They lose money.
Okay. Is it low, high, or moderate? Why is it high? Yeah, and nobody's losing their life. Is it a major? Is it having a major financial impact on the American?
Yes.
It's on customer. To be honest, if like the information is out there, everybody knows about it. People they are going to accept us.
Yeah, but most but this organization, is it going to go down?
No. But they can always fix it.
So most likely it's not high, it's not low. So most likely it's moderate, right? So for that we have what? For confidentiality is what? Moderate. Integrity is what? High. Availability is what? High, right?
High.
So what for that system? We want to categorize it now. Is it a low system, moderate system, or high system? Remember I said the highest value is what you're going to pick from the C, high, and A.
High. It's high.
Highs are one low, right? And one moderate, right? So what's the categorization for that system?
High.
System is a what? A high system.
High risk.
It's a high system. That's how we categorize. So that's just an example. So next week we're going to do that. We're going to do more of that. We're going to treat examples of how to categorize. We're going to see how to categorize in real life, how the activities happen. I mean, it's always interesting because you'll be like, how will that happen? How will you be able to get it? But by the time we all, let's say all of us are now in the room and we're trying to categorize it for a particular system, you see how everybody gravitates towards one particular answer for each one. And that's how that's how categorization is done. Yeah, but we're going to use templates to do that. We're going to, whatever we put, like the CI and A for the system, we're going to put them on template. We're going to see the right template, and then we categorize. So that's that for that. Now for selection of controls. Now, when we want to select controls, now for this categorization, right, we have some guides that we use. We have the FIPS 199, which we're going to go through next week too, and the NIST SP860. So through all that, my explanation right now are all in those things. But it pays you listening. I mean, most likely maybe you're recording the class and you listen to it and then you go listen to it at home. So I always advise that when you come for class, just make sure that you record it. I mean, from our side, we'll try also to record it. I know my wife didn't start recording it, but I mean, when I came in, I started recording. But you don't worry, we'll start recording everything, record from the side, I record from the side, so that when you get home, you can always go through it. If you need from our side, I can always send to you. So that's that. Now, selection of controls. Now, this is it. When you say selection of controls, what you do, I say, what's the meaning of controls again, right? Now, when they say control is just something that you use to protect your system from being vulnerable. Like the other time when we're saying, okay, if the system now doesn't come up, it's meant to come up on time, but it doesn't come up. A lot of things can cause it. It might be that a virus entered, right? That is why it's so that you might have a worm, right? It might be that there's a denial of service, that is, the hacker sent a lot of packets and then the system now, of course, it's, when you are like, they send a lot of packets to you to the system for the system to process. But when the packets are too much, the system crashes and can't come up again. That's what we call denial. So there are a lot of things that can cause that. That can cause the system not to be available when it should be available, right? So because of that, you think about, okay, what are things that can cause the system not to be available at the right time? When you can write them down, you can pinpoint them, then you now put things in place. You now put like softwares or hardware in place so that it will prevent certain from happening. For example, maybe you have a system, you have antivirus, right? And an antivirus could be of help for that system. For example, maybe it's because you want to prevent from antivirus or from worms. Like I told you, I said when you have worms on your system, worms slow down your system, right? So you can have an anti-malware on that system, installed on that system, so that things like that will not affect the system. So when you install that on that system, we call that a control. That's what we call controls. You get it? So when at the end of the day, you now decided that, okay, let's install an antivirus on this kind of system, right? Now, what are you doing? You're selecting a control. Now, this kind of control will be good for it, right? But now when you now want to select, right? In this job, when you want to select controls, you just don't select like that. You have to select based on the categorization of the system. If it's a high system, what controls should you implement, should you put in place to prevent this? If it's a modern system, it's a low system. Because when we say high system, right, that means the system is very, very important to the organization. It can cause financial loss, it can cause death, loss of life, it can cause, life-threatening injuries. So you might have to put a lot of controls in place. So the number of controls you put in place for a high system, a high categorized system, is always more than the number of controls you have to install for a modern system. And the number of controls you put in place for a modern system are always more than the number of controls you put in for a low system. I'll give you an example of there are some systems in your organization that are just not really important. Maybe in some places, maybe you have to clock in. That little boxes that you just go there and you clock in when you get to work. It might not be important to you. It might just be like, okay, and then after you categorize it, it might just be a low system. Right? Because it's just something like just maybe I don't think it's connected to any network. So there's no virus, there's no this and that. And then maybe after categorize it, it'll be a low system. So maybe they might just say, okay, what you need to do is just put it in a safe place, in a safe room, and everybody that comes in can clock. And then you just have maybe 1 or 2 controls that will be on that. But if it's a very high system, you might need like almost 50 controls that you put in place because of that one thing. You understand? Now, when we're talking about controls, it's not only about like antivirus that is just about software or hardware. There's some controls too that are physical. Like when you go, have you ever been to? Most of us will always go shop. So when you get to most stores, you see before you go enter the stores, outside there you see some boulders like small short pillars, right, in front of those stores. Those are controls. So they call them boulders. Why do they put them there? So that someone you can drive in and go crash into the store. It's a control too. It's a physical control. When you go into buildings, you see cameras, right? Cameras are also examples of controls. You understand? Alarms alarms to have some forms of controls. So during this class, right, we're going to talk about how to select controls for each system. We're gonna explain. You're gonna have an understanding of what these controls are. So these controls have been categorized into families, right? Like for example, if you have to access anything, if you want to log into your computer, or you want to do anything, you want to enter a system, you want to do something on the system, you have to log in. Under that, it's a family of control called access control. And then anything that has to do with all these physical holders, like the camera, like a camera, alarm, they call them physical and environmental. So they have categorized them into families, which you're going to see when we start talking about selection. That's step 2. So step 3 is about implementation. Most of it, in this course, after you might have selected, right? Implementation, we don't implement. Most of the time, it's always like the engineers, the administrators that implement all these controls, right? You just select them. Like for example, now, if at the end of it, you decided that you need a camera. For example, maybe in your house, you decide that you need a camera, you need an alarm, you need this in your house. Because what? If you don't have anything important that is very, 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 very precious in your house, you don't care. You're just going out of life, you come out. You don't care if you have any control. Sometimes you might even leave your door unlocked, like, your friend is like, okay, when you're coming, just open the door is open, and you go to work because you know that there's nothing else that you care about. But if you know that there's something else you care about, very, very dear to you, right? Apart from the fact that you put a very good lock in the house, right? What do? You put alarm, install alarms, Now you have selected the control, but can you fix the alarm? You can't fix the alarm, right? You can't fix you have to what? People that will come and implement it. Maybe an engineer or something, right? So those are the ones that's where this one comes from. You get it? So that's when we have the step 3. After selecting them, now they implement. Now let's talk about access control. You want to access your control. That is, they have implemented it, right? You want to know if they actually implemented it well. is it capturing the right thing you want to capture, right? Like for example, okay, they said you want them to put cameras maybe at the entrance of the door to see people that's coming and everything. Yeah, it might be working, but is it actually capturing people that are coming into your house? You might put it there, you might just be like, okay, from here, maybe you said you should capture it. But maybe the camera is there, maybe at the end of the day, maybe the person didn't turn it well, right? Now that stay focused at the door, stay, I mean, by the time you look at the trajectory, it's just focusing on, I mean, at the end of the day, it's the wall. I mean, it's only seeing the wall, not the door and not seeing anybody. That means the control is working, right? Right? It has been installed. It is working, but is it capturing what it is meant to capture?
No.
That means at the end of the day, what you will find out that is what assessment is all about. You want to see if it's working. It's really implemented. If it's implemented, is it working? If it's working, is it doing what the reason why what is meant to be doing? Is it really capturing that? Because if it's working, it will just be seeing the wall. It's not capturing the wall, I mean the door, seeing who comes in. And that means that the essence of you implementing it has failed because it's not doing what you want it to do. So it's working. There's sometimes that when you come, you still want to test it. You might find out that you put it there, but it's not working at all. Some places, if it was in Africa now, you give the person your money. They say, yeah, Oga, I've installed it. The person has pocketed your money. You go there, you find out nothing is there. It's still part of assessment. Like you came to see it, but you might just say, okay, I trust you. You've implemented it, and I hope you will catch whoever it is, and then you walk away. But when you come there, now find out, oh, the person not even installed it, the person took your money, right? It's still in form of assessment because we want to come and see, okay, the person really implemented it. Okay, it's there. That means the person implemented it. Now, is it working? I might just buy the camera, put it there, and not connect anything. And I just say, oh, I have done everything. Maybe I collect money for buying it, installing it, and all that. Now, I bought it, I put it there, and then I walked away. But how will I know? I have to assess it, right? To see if it's really working. And after, if it's working, is it doing what it ought to do? So that's the essence of assessment. So we'll be using some guides like 53 report to assess. So now when it comes to authorization is like, okay, after you assess, like, oh, it's not working well. Okay, we install it. It's working, but it's capturing, not focusing on the door. Now, what do? You notice, right? Yeah. And then the person that's going to be called, come back, this thing is working, but what will you tell the person? You tell the person that, oh, it's been fixed, it's working, but what? It's not capturing, what you want it to capture. That's what you so what's the recommendation? You're asking the person to make sure that it captures it. So the person comes back and what? Refocuses it, right? And then at the end of the day, you come again to check if it's really focusing. Like if it's really focusing well, and it's capturing what you want to capture, now you authorize it to go to production. Okay, now I start working, I can walk away, I can travel, and I know that my house. If anybody comes in, it's going to capture or whoever comes in and all that. That's what we call authorization. And it's now to say, okay, you guys that fixed it now it didn't work well, now you fixed it, everything is working well. Okay, you can go. You've gotten your full pay and now you go. That's authorization.
Please, can you explain the authorization again?
All right. I said authorization is like this. After you might have, maybe you selected the system control. Now you ask someone to implement it. Now the person said, oh, I have implemented it. Now you come, you are trying to assess it, right? You want to see if it's working well and all that. Now, probably you now came and you found out that, oh, it's working, but it's not, maybe the camera is not focusing on the door that you want it to focus on. It's just, I don't know, it's focusing on the wall. Now that's assessment. Now you call the person back and you let the person know, right? Maybe the person implemented that. This thing is working. Or if it's not working, of course, you let the person know it's not working. But right now, the person will be like, okay, what has actually happened? What do you want me to do right now about it? You let the person know that it's working, right? It's really, I know it's working, but it's not focusing. That means it's not doing what it's meant to do. It's not capturing what I want it to do. Now, you ask the person to come back to what? To make sure that it's capturing his data. Now the person comes and maybe modifies it and it's not working. You come back to come and check it if it's working. And now if you find out that it's working well and all that, then you can maybe like pay the person off or like say, okay, now, okay, I'm confident everything is working. Now, and you can walk away and literally walk away and then you believe that. So that's what authorization is all about. You're trying to authorize to make sure that everything is working, and then you now sign up and be like, okay, now I think everybody can go this way, and then this thing does happen. That's authorization. You understand?
Yes.
So I'm just giving you, I mean, how it works. I mean, the real life example of these things and all that. So when we're doing all these things,
authorization is like testing the system to see how the system
no, authorization. No, that's assessment. Authorization is at the end of the day, okay, now bring it to you, and then you're like, okay, okay, everything is working well, and everything.
Like sort of approval.
Yeah. Yes, like you guys now say, okay, I think we're okay now, okay. That means the thing can start working now. Now we're good to go. That is what authorization means. We're good to go.
Yeah. Okay.
Like this now, the system can now maybe to start working now. Everything's okay, so we're all good to go. That's what authorization is all about. You get it? Now, after that, we now have monitoring. What is monitoring?
You monitor the system to make sure it continues.
That is maintenance. It's another word for maintenance. You get it? So, for example, you're like, okay, you put the camera there, or maybe the boulder or the alarm. Now, maybe the alarm, of course, was not sounding now. They've done and everything. So you have to keep what? Checking. Maybe yearly, maybe monthly maintenance, maybe quarterly maintenance. That's maintenance. So monitoring is about maintenance. Could be a monthly one, could be a weekly one, it could be a yearly one. That's maintenance. And you want to visit that thing again and see that, oh, it's working well, it's not broken, and something has not happened to it. Because a lot of things can happen to it. For example, you call them to come and refocus it. Now they refocus it. Maybe there was one day you wanted to maybe re-engineer your house, maybe you wanted to break some things and all that. Maybe while you were breaking things and everything, that thing affected the camera, and now the camera is looking somewhere else. But if you don't come back to what? Yeah, it's like the maintenance is just like you're still monitoring it, like still trying to assess it again. Just to check if everything is still working well, right? That's what it is. So how would you know that it's like that? I mean, it has lost its focus again. You won't know if you don't come back to check on it. Maybe you decide to come, quarterly maintenance or monthly maintenance. But that is what monitoring is all about. You understand? So to the lifetime of that system. So maybe they might tell you that, oh, maybe it has a lifespan of 5 years. Now you keep monitoring it until that 5 years. Now if you have to, implement another one, you start again. What's the one? You categorize again. Oh, the system that is high, that is high this year, maybe after 5 years might not be a high system again. So you have to recategorize. After the lifespan of that system, you have to do another one, or you need to maybe upgrade the system. You might have to recategorize. But at least it's like up to like 5 years, you might have to recategorize because the system might not be a high system again. The system that was low before, now it's like you might have turned to a high system based on the fact that now in Africa, you say, now it's your eye. The thing we did it before, your eye don't but now your eye is now because now it's now precious. Maybe like something like maybe a stone used to be in one corner and it wasn't precious. But one day, and maybe you even go there, you sharpen your knife, you use it to cook pot and to cook stew. But one day that stone, it's worth $1 million now. It has become what? Precious to you. It wasn't precious, yeah. So that's how it works. Now let me explain. The remaining pages really explain that. So step one is categorize. Step one is categorize information system, and this means categorize the system and then identify the system objectives. System objectives are the CIA, security objectives. Then step two is select of controls. So you select security controls. That is, you select a baseline of security controls based on your system categorization. Like I said. It's a high system. There are controls for high system in this thing. So, and I said, if it's a high system, you have more controls that you put in place. like doing in place that you have for a money system or for a new system. So so that's that. Then they said you tailor, and then after you select, then you also tailor. We'll talk about all that when we get to that. Then step 3 is implement security controls. That is, you have to what you call someone, maybe an engineer, right? So in this like information system, maybe you have to write a code and put all those controls and really code the controls in it, or you have to buy software, or you have to buy an hardware or something, a hardware. So that is implementation. Yeah, access security controls. That is what you said they are done. The engineer said they are done, but you have to come back, right, to check it. You might not even know much about the system. You might have to go call another person, right? Hey, this guy said he's done. I don't know. But I don't know how to test. I don't know anything about it. Can you come, because I know you're good about it? Maybe you're an analyst. Come and that's one. Let's see who's good. That's why at times what happens is you want to buy, especially in America, you see a car on credit. They say, hey, this car is going for 5,000, right? They always tell you that it's advisable to bring what? To bring the whole mechanic, right? Because you don't know much about cars, right? The person would have told you, oh, I just installed the brakes, I did this, I did that. So you have to do it because you don't know anything about it. And the person comes to what? Assess it. He drives you around, checks, oh, I think the noise is like it's cramping noise, maybe something wrong or something like that, you know? So that's assessment. Then authorization. Oh, okay. I think from what you said everything is okay. Or we assessing everything didn't go okay. Or maybe, oh, we assessed it wasn't okay. Now we asked you to go. Those things that you said you did that we not find out you didn't do. Okay, for us to get it for this price. I'm just using that the example of the car. You said it's $5,000. Now you said you put this thing, but now the mechanic came and found out you didn't. Now for us to buy at that price, go do what? Go implement it. Go fix those things. Now the person fixes it, the mechanic tries it again, and if see that everything is okay, right? And then he says, oh, I think everything is okay. Now we can buy. That's authorization. We can buy that we can make it our own. So when that happens, when you now get a car, change, maintenance, that's continuous monitoring. So when you are done with that car, when you feel like, oh, I think I'm done with the car, or maybe one day you are going to work and you feel to change the car, and one day the car just stops there in the middle of the road. Since I'm not moving again, then you now have to buy another car. I start from the beginning again, like this. So now let's talk about I think we have just 2 slides to go. And 1 slide to go though. So we have a slide to go. Now with this job, with this training, right, when you're done, there are different jobs that you can get with this training. Right? But at the same time, I want to give you my own advice regarding these positions. Now, the CAP job types in relation to the CAP domains. ISSO, you can get an ISSO position. And that means, and what I'm trying to say is that for each of these steps, right, it's not every step. For example, if you have to do some of these roles, you don't have to know a lot about most of them. You don't have to be very sound in all steps. You might want to just know two out of all the 6 steps, and you're good, and you get the job. Right? So for the first 2, from the ISSO, Information System Security Officer, they always categorize as select controls. They're involved in categorizing the system, selecting the controls and all that. But they're also involved in the other part, the remaining parts of those things, but they don't really do them. They don't get their hands dirty. Like these ones, they do it. That's what they do. But the other ones, they just act like, oh, POs, the point of contact. Oh, you need information. Oh, where you? So an assessor wants to access the system. He's always there as a point of contact. So he's always involved. He's always there. He's always available because if they need information or they need to know somebody, the assessor's coming to get to know somebody. He's always there to point them out to somebody. So he's always present all through. But the steps 1 and 2, he does them himself. He's involved. Now the information security assessor. He's involved in what? The 4th step. That's the assessment. The assessing the system. Like I said the mechanic. You want to buy the system. The car. Let's say everything is okay, but you need the mechanic to come and assess it, right? See if everything's alright. That's the assessment. That's the assessment. The assessment. You said, oh, new brakes, new use. Those are controls. Things that will not make you die, right? You are road speeding. New press brakes. Yeah.
Okay, so does the assessor, does he have to be aware of the system? Does he have to know exactly what they're doing? Does he have full knowledge of what he's assessing?
Yeah, and this is how it comes. For example, when you buy a car, right, they're going to give you a manual about the car, right? And also, even if it's a fair use, they will show you what? The maintenance book and maintenance logs, right? Oh, these are things we've done. This is the maintenance history and all that. So, that's where the ISO comes in. When he's trying to select the control for the system, and after categorize, he creates a book. We call it the SSP, System Security Plan, for that system. So every information about the system, whatever you do, whatever controls you put in place, maybe control that is like maybe your brakes, myself as your brake and all that. If you put in there, you put it there in that SSP. So every information about your system, all the controls you put in place are always will be put in there. So that the person that is coming to assess will come and if he wants to assess it, it's like, okay, you said you have new brakes, right? From your maintenance on. You have new brakes down. Let me test if you have new brakes. Then, if you say you have this, let me test it. Let me test it, and let me test it. So there are methods of testing. You don't have to be really, really technical about when you have to assess.
Yeah, that's what I wanted.
You don't have to be technical. There are methods. There's a guide. There's a guide. You're going to see all that. Yeah, the guide will tell you how, for this, so if you want to test for this, maybe it's for example, maybe the brakes or the clutch or something, like for example, let's say the clutch. You want to test. These are the methods you're going to use to test. And if you get this result, then that means that it's working. If you don't get this result, that means it's not working. That's how it is. So this is so easy. You don't have to be technical. That's it. Then we have the IS compliance analyst. That is after you might have assessed the system, right? You always have some compliance analysts that will be like, okay, let us follow up. Now they have implemented follow up. But most of the time right now, the compliance analysts role, they have always might be the assessor of the person that comes to assess. So it's still like times you see compliance analyst and you still have this person who's the assessor's role in it, or you see assessor and they still have the compliance analyst role in it. So they all go hand in hand.
Is it the same thing as auditor?
Yeah, the assessor is like an auditor, but it's more than the auditor because the auditor just looks at it and works it out. Right?
Okay.
Okay. Put this in place, you have to put this. But this person will come and you have to put this in place and we recommend what you should do. And whenever you're done, he comes back and still runs it and see. But the auditor just walks away. Like, oh, this is not this, and he just walks away. But this person will still be around to verify when you say you've done it. And then we test it again. Understand? Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So the authorizing officer is just like most of the time this job is just you don't really find this job out there. You find the job out there and it's very, very, very rare because most of the time it's like someone that's just been working in organization that's been for a while and they trust the person or the person, they know that this person will not come to them and say, oh, I'm leaving this company today. That is the person they put in as an authorizing officer. So he authorizes system. Okay, everything's okay now. We can go. Now, information security analyst. Now, this last one is one I always advise people to put in their resume. The last one, information security analyst or assurance, or you see cyber security analyst, right? Information security analyst, cyber security analyst, information assurance analyst, they're all the same. That one I always advise put in your resume because you're coming with fresh. You want to do marketing. You don't want when you put ISSO, you're limiting yourself to only 2 of those domains. But if you say information security analyst, that means you know that you know something about categorization, you know some things about selection of controls, you know something about assessment of control, you know some things.
You're breaking up.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes.
All right. I said the last one, the information security analyst, or information assurance or a cyber security analyst. It's the one I always advise people after taking the class. I always advise them to put on their resumes because that makes you marketable.
Okay.
Because when you put that, it makes the person feels like, okay, you know a little bit about categorization. You know about categorization. You must have done selection of control. You must have done assessment. You know about assessment, and you know about continuous monitoring. So that opens you up to other local. But because if you put ISSO, it's only ISSO jobs that they'll be calling you for. But if you put security assessment, they're looking for ISSO, they're looking for assessor, they're looking for compliance analyst, you're all for you. So you're opening yourself up to a lot of stuff. So that's that. So so the last slide. Oh, okay. It's trying to say that. So that's the last slide for today. Do you have any questions?
So the last one, the information security analyst, actually can do all this other stuff.
Yeah. Except authorization.
Okay, so you can do all three of them.
Yeah.
So that's what he's telling the person that is going to hire you. That you can
Yeah.
And so then they'll not have to tell you what job they are offering you,
Yeah.
if it's ISSO or if it's
Right. Any other questions?
Yeah. Can you if I understand you give us like examples of categorizing, and you use medical like a medical facility or hospital as categorizing. But can you give me another company?
Yeah, we're going to do that. Yeah, we're going to do that next week. I'm going to do that next week. I just gave you just an example of just to know what categorization is all about. So next week, we're going to see some people, maybe I'll move and ask you guys, oh, okay, who can give us an example, just a scenario, maybe from where you work and all that, then we'll sit down here and ask for your experiences ourselves. So that's how that's going to be. And that's how that's going to be next week. So any questions?
So this homework right here, we just have to put on.
Yeah, you can type it out, or you can go to Google, type nist SP. First link that comes up from Google is just one information. Any questions?
No.
So okay, so hopefully we believe that next week will come on time.
Oh yes.
Please, I want us to, when it's 10, let's start 10, because this always this is 2 o'clock. So next week is practical. Practicals, you all have different level of assimilation, and you might be granted a little bit because of other people. So if we don't start it at the right time, we might end up leaving here at 3 o'clock tomorrow. I'll be next week, and maybe you might have plans. That should be somewhere about 3. Maybe you want to go to maybe I have a plan to go. So if you want us to leave to let us start. I know the first thing is almost like some people even come for, some people don't even come until the second week. They'll not say, oh, second week, okay.
And I joined.
So all right. So any questions? So Mr. Henry, Lola, Christine, next week Saturday, 10 o'clock, we'll continue. If you have any questions, do not hesitate to let us know, and everybody here. So I think we have your emails, right? So we're going to be sending you some of these, these things in soft copy, so they can have it in your systems and all that. And then please, your assignments, those NIST documentation, go to that website, look at those things, download them, just go down, download them. Just go to the first few pages. It should give you an understanding, like the introduction. The introduction to the stuff will tell you what it's all about. So just know. So that just helps you to let's know, have an idea of what this this guy is all about. Because they look like a lot, right? Because when you go for it, they know correct, right? You have to let them know what of the guides you use in categorization. You don't have to cram it, but one thing is that if you during the class, if you follow through the class and the templates, you get to know and you go through it, and you get home and practice it again yourself, it sticks automatically. You don't have to cram anything.
Yeah, I had an interview last week and the woman said, "Oh, I'm categorized." And I'm like, "What document do you use?" 800, 254. And I'm like, so yeah, 800/250.
I don't even think it's not even up to 250 or 200. Let's go 250.
I think it's 180, 118. And this woman, she passed certification in her resume. I'm afraid that maybe this one come and give me. I've been doing it for 20 years. You know, I have my own company, I have my own team. Certification. Or maybe somebody was doing it for her because if she didn't have
so there are a lot of resumes out there. Then at the end of the class, we help with that. Bring you sample resumes. Look at them. We get to know what jobs and any call you can always call, hey, I got this call for that. This job, this is job description, and look at it. I think and then we'll let you know how many hours you're sorry? Yeah, you can separate the two. I will draw up the resume and at the end of the day, we'll let you know, okay, if the recruiters call you, maybe you can tell them, give me a minimum of 24 hours for it, at least 24 to 48 hours. So if they say they want to call you when they want to just tell them because you have to prepare. Yeah, so we'll help you all out. We'll help you out with all that. Yeah, so.
Excuse me, what's the assignment again?
That we see that maybe, for example, if let's say they're hiring my own company right now, I can just say, hey, look, I can refer you, black, and all that. So we also ask them about, your company, are they hiring? They're hiring, okay, hire here. So that's the advantage. So like right now, my company, I think is just hiring. So there's some people that just refer. Let's say, hey, so what's like that? So if you're hiring in the friend's company, so, hey, my friend tells me you're hiring. Like, okay, you know what? That would be like a record.
My own company was because that we hired people. So we're able to.
So that one gets me out.
So that's how it works. Because it carries weight a lot. Oh, someone inside the company. Yeah, first of all,
that's the best.
Okay, people. See you same time next week.
All right.
The PowerPoint. Can you send me your email?
What happened?
Your email, I
have his email.
Oh, so I can send you the PowerPoint.
Okay, he has it.
Okay.
And then what about what's the assignment one more time because I didn't hear.
Assignment too.
You're gonna send it to me?
Yes.
Okay.
Lola, you already have the assignment.
Yes, I do.
Okay, so it's due next week. Send it back by email.
Okay.
Okay, I'll see you guys same time next week.
All right. Bye.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye. So how do we pay? The mode of payment.
I will send you the link.
Okay.
You want to pay, so I know how much is receipts to send you.
Okay.
Pay now.
What happened?
How much do you want to pay now?
Oh, you send it to me. Send it to me.
Okay, so yeah, send him a receipt so that you can pay.
I'll send you an invoice in your email so you can pay through the invoice.
Okay. Okay. All right. Bye.